Welcome back to Retrospective Rewinds, your favorite deep dive into the fascinating what-ifs of history. Today, we're strapping in for a mind-bending voyage unlike any other. Imagine a world where the hum of airplane engines is just a dream and the Wright brothers' groundbreaking invention remains just a blueprint. That's right, we're about to peel back the layers of history to a reality where flight is a fantasy and the world as we know it is unrecognizably grounded. In this episode, we'll explore the staggering impacts and the everyday life in an alternate timeline, no jet-setters, no red-eye flights, and perhaps a completely different geopolitical landscape. Before we launch into this unimaginable journey, don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell to ensure you never miss out on our explorations through alternate histories and realities. Are you ready to discover a world that could have been? Let's rewind history together. This is Imagine a World Without Flights, the Wright brothers' invention that almost wasn't. Chapter 1, Soaring Ambitions, the Wrights' Childhood Dreams. In the humble beginnings of a Dayton suburb, two brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, gazed skyward with a shared fascination. Their youth was marked by curiosity and ingenuity, traits nurtured by a supportive family and a society captivated by the promise of human flight. Amidst a backdrop of printed tales of fantastical airships and balloons, the seeds of ambition were sown. These boys, with eyes filled with dreams, would tinker tirelessly in their father's workshop, constructing their own rudimentary flying machines. Their bicycle shop, a convergence of mechanical challenge and enterprise, served as the crucible for their aeronautical aspirations, fueling a journey that would one day defy the Earth's tethering grasp. Chapter 2, Inventing the Future, the Gilded Age of Progress. Turn-of-the-century America buzzed with the spirit of innovation. The nation was a hotbed of invention, with minds like Edison and Tesla transforming daily life through technology. Amidst this fervor, the Wright brothers emerged, not as isolated geniuses, but as part of a larger community of dreamers and tinkerers. This era, ripe with possibility, set the stage for their endeavors as they drew inspiration from the works of pioneering aviators like Otto Lilienthal. The brothers' relentless pursuit of knowledge, through books and experimentation, mirrored the era's belief that humanity's control over nature was within grasp. Their journey was not merely about constructing an aircraft, but about contributing to the epic's narrative of progress. Chapter 3, Against the Wind, Trials of Early Aviation. Orville and Wilbur faced a multitude of failures that would have deterred lesser spirits. Yet, each mishap on the sand dunes of Kitty Hawk served as a lesson, refining their approach to controlled flight. They wrestled with the forces of lift, drag, and gravity, turning their bicycle shop into a laboratory of aerodynamics. Their wind tunnel, a marvel of their own invention, allowed them to test and perfect wing shapes. The brothers' gliders, fragile and unpowered, became the testing ground for their theories. In this chapter of trial and error, the brothers' resilience shone, demonstrating that the path to innovation is often a jagged ascent against the winds of adversity. Chapter 4, The Kitty Hawk Triumph, Dawn of the Airborne Era. On a chilly morning, with the winds of the Outer Banks as their ally, the Wright brothers achieved the unthinkable. The Wright Flyer, with Orville at its controls, took to the sky, if only for 12 seconds, covering 120 feet. This flight was the culmination of years of experimentation, a testament to human ingenuity. The brothers didn't just build an airplane, they initiated mankind's first foray into a new realm. This chapter captures the magnitude of that December day, exploring how the Wrights not only conquered the skies, but also forever altered the course of human history. Chapter 5, Elevating the Design, the Evolution of the Flyer. Following their initial success, the Wrights returned to their workshop, not content to rest on their laurels. They improved upon their design with the Flyer 2 and then the Flyer 3, each iteration a leap forward in stability and control. Their flights grew longer, their control more precise, and their vision clearer. This chapter explores the period of refinement and the world's awakening to the Wrights' achievements as they began to demonstrate their flying machines both in the United States and Europe, cementing their status as pioneers of the sky. Chapter 7, Alternate Skies, the World That Never Was. What if the skies had remained silent a little longer? This chapter delves into an alternate reality where the Wrights' endeavors failed to launch. It explores the potential delays in technological advancement, the persistence of sea and rail travel, and the slower pace of communication. Fictional accounts illustrate a world where cities are less connected, where wars are fought without the eye of the sky, and where the idea of traveling across oceans in hours remains a fantasy. Chapter 8: Grounded Aspirations: The Ripple Effect of Absent Aviation. Without the early invention of the airplane, the 20th century would have been a period of stunted growth in global connectivity. This chapter imagines a world crawling along without the rapid exchange of people and goods across continents. The pace of globalization is slowed, with significant consequences for commerce, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. It paints a vivid portrait of the socio-economic impact, pondering how different industries might have evolved and the lost opportunities for international collaboration and understanding in a world where the skies remained unreachable. Chapter 9: The Unseen Battlefield: War Without Wings. Warfare, in the absence of the Wright brothers' invention, remains a more terrestrial affair for longer. This chapter reconstructs pivotal historical battles without the influence of air power, contemplating the strategies that might have been. From reconnaissance to bombing, the absence of these capabilities would have drastically altered the tactics and outcomes of wars, possibly prolonging conflicts or changing their victors. It is a contemplation of how the Great Wars could have written a different history without the shadow of aircraft above. Chapter 10: The Sluggish Spread of Commerce: Economy in Chains. This chapter explores the economic implications of a delayed air travel era. It speculates on the impact on global trade, the pace of economic development, and the distribution of global wealth. Without the rapid transport of goods by air, certain industries may falter while others never come to be. The chapter discusses the butterfly effect on commerce, where every delayed shipment represents a missed connection, a business that didn't expand, or a cultural exchange that didn't occur. Chapter 11: Cultural Currents: An Unaltered Zeitgeist. The influence of aviation on the cultural identity of the 20th century is undeniable. This chapter reflects on the slower cultural evolution in a world where the airplane doesn't shrink distances. It speculates on how events like the Lindbergh flight shaped public sentiment and asks how different our cultural landmarks might be without these moments. From fashion to film, from literature to architecture, the chapter paints a picture of a world that evolves along a distinctly different cultural trajectory. Chapter 12: Flight's Enduring Shadow: The Wrights' Undying What If. In the concluding chapter, the focus returns to the lasting impact of the Wright brothers. It discusses their enduring legacy, not just as inventors, but as symbols of human perseverance and the pursuit of the impossible. The chapter contemplates the what-if scenarios, encouraging readers to appreciate the fragility of progress and the pivotal moments that have shaped our modern world. It invites readers to ponder their own what-if moments and to recognize the potential within each of us to soar beyond the expected. Epilogue: Beyond the Horizon: The Wright Legacy Continues. In the epilogue, the narrative extends beyond the book, looking at the present and future of aviation influenced by the Wright brothers. It speaks to the ongoing spirit of innovation in flight, from jet travel to space exploration. The epilogue reinforces the idea that the legacy of the Wright brothers is not just in their invention, but in the continued drive to push boundaries, explore the unknown, and dream of what lies beyond the horizon.